Limitless Nation. Today you're in for an absolute treat. You get to learn directly from Gerald Sho. Gerald Sho is a husband and a father of two. He is a respected online business trainer. He has mentored and helped his students generate over $1 million in online sales. Since 2012, he has sold more than 10,000 copies of digital products online. Gerald Sho has also networked with many successful people, including Henry Gold, the executive producer of the show Limitless TV. Gerald Sho also has over 7+ years of experience and has made multiple millions from his sales strategies. Gerald went from being broke, living in his mother's house, to harnessing the unstoppable belief in his dreams to achieve the limitless life that he now lives. In today's masterclass, you're going to learn from the one and only Gerald Sho. Let's dive into it.
Well, before you dive into today's masterclass session, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. It allows you to receive notification about every single time we have uploaded a new video and showing you how to live a limitless life. Now, if you want to dig deeper on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donna Vaughn at huntyourfuture.com. It will show you how you can hunt your future on every aspect of your being. Plus, you're going to receive tips and secrets on what you need to do to tackle your days on a regular basis. Now, let's dive into today's masterclass sessions.
Welcome, Gerald Sho.
Hey, what's up, Donovan? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, is there anything that we did not cover about you in the bio that you'd like to share with the Limitless Nation?
Well, I guess, just a quick addition, right? It's something that not many people know about this, that my mom is a single parent. And so my dad passed away when I was 5 years old due to health problems, right? So my mom single-handedly brought me and my sister up. She's a teacher, right? And, one thing that as a teacher, she always go get a stable job, go get a fixed income salary and you'll be fine. You live a secure life and all. And that's how she lived. And I respect that. She brought us up very well, with all the values. But I realized, after graduating from university and, I got my first job in a financial institution, right? And I realized that one paycheck at the end of the month, right? It was like $800 a month. That was back in 2008. With that amount of money that I earned every month, I was literally broke after paying, off some loans and expenses and all. And I realized that I would never achieve my dreams, of achieving financial and time freedom, making millions and all this kind of stuff, living in a nice house, nice car and all. And I told myself that I needed to change, right? And of course, I'll cover more about all this stuff. But long story short, I decided to start my own online business. Although my mom until today, she doesn't know what I'm doing really in specific. She doesn't understand the technical side of it, but she's still very supportive. And I think she's seen me through struggling as a beginner, doing online business all. So today, helping students to earn over $1 million in sales online, I think she's proud herself, as a sign. So yeah, this is another part of it, yeah.
Yes, and that makes you a very, very busy individual, I'm sure. Now, here at Limitless Nation, we have a tradition of starting each and every single interview out with a limitless quote. Do you have a quote or perhaps motto or mantra that you have embedded into your life?
I have two, in fact, if you don't mind. Can I share two?
Please.
All right. First quote, right? The first quote that I have, let me just show you. I'm wearing it, in fact. It's right behind here, right?
If you think
you can,
you can.
You can. And so I found this quote when I was 17 years old. We were watching some drama on TV, and the actress was just jokingly oh, if you think you can, you can. So I started saying it to all my friends. And then ever since that, everyone knows me as if you think you can, that guy. And so that was my first one that, if you remember my story, I went from broke, I quit my job, anything. I had nothing. I started off my online business, and the thing that really kept me going, never giving up, was this quote here, right? If I think I can, I can. Because at the beginning, no one believed this possible. No one believed in me. No one trust. But hey, my mom, my girlfriend back then, she supported me, right? But there are many haters. That many of my friends, they were like, Gerald, this is impossible. You can never make it, and all this stuff. There's so many negativity, But I told myself, hey, because I know someone else who have built successful online business. So I told myself, if that guy can do it, so can I. So it really comes bounce back to. If you think you can, you can. So it's really your mindset, right?
Right.
So that was the first quote. Second quote is this one: dream, believe, achieve. I'm not sure that I think I gave this shit to Henry Gold a few years back, or I can't remember, I gave him another one. But this is my new, not really my new, but my current motto or my slogan that I always live, breathe, and eat. Literally, I share my students all that, you have a goal, whether it's income goal or relationship, whatever it is. So let's talk about income goal because we talk about online business, and it all starts with the dream, right? Oh, I want to earn $10,000 a month. I want to earn $1 million, whatever it is. It all starts with dream. But then the second step, it's really not about the strategies and all this stuff. The second step is really about mindset, where belief. You have to begin by believing that you can do it. Because I always do workshops, offline workshops, and one of the activities that I do is I will test my students and I ask them, okay, so what is your goal? They were like, oh, $10,000 a month. Then I ask them, are you confident that you can achieve this goal? And then the person will be like, I don't know, depends. You see that? They're not even confident. They're not sure. And I want to tweak their mindset. And after 3 days of the workshop, I ask them the same question. And now the answer is, yes, I can. So you see that? Not only I teach them on marketing, but I want to really tweak their mindset. So second step, belief. And third, really achieve is to take massive action, do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. So, these are the two quotes that I want to share with you guys.
That's awesome, because you got to be able to see where you want to go. You got to be able to believe and be honest with yourself that you can go forward. And then you have to be able to take action, even if it's imperfect and you fall on your face, you're still taking action going forward.
That's true. Never give up.
Absolutely. And speaking of never giving up, you in your limitless journey and being a very successful and busy individual, I'm sure you must have overcome many challenges or difficulties or experiences. Can you share with us a challenge or difficult experience that you've had to overcome in order to get to where you are now?
Wow. There are so many. There's so many really over in the past 7 years. Let's say, I think one of them was, I remember back then I had a mentor, 2012, just beginning. Before that, I was just, trying to self-learn, right? Doing all this. I was doing blogging, I was doing YouTube stuff, I was doing article writing and all this stuff just to try to so-called crack the code right back then. It took me 6 months to make my first dollar online, like $4.95 of ClickBank affiliate commission. And then struggle. And I remember I wanted to give up, and I emailed my mentor back then, and I was like, because he lived in a different state, so we communicate through email, right? And I messaged him, I was like, really tough, I'm not sure how long I hold on, because I quit my job, so I have no income coming in, right? I was literally staying at home. My mom cooked delicious food, breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's the only time I rest, to eat or to sleep or to go toilet break. Other than that, I'll be in my room. I'll be just in front of a laptop and just trying to crack the code, 18 hours a day, just working hard. And then so I emailed him. I said, it's just really tough. I feel that I want to give up. I want to go back to finding a full-time job. And remember, he emailed back. It was a short reply. He said, don't give up. I said, don't give up. You're very close, to achieving breakthrough. Don't give up. Hang on there. I was like, okay. Then I replied. I was like, all right, I'll just hang on there. I'll just go on right from there. That one email really kept me going on. It's a small incident, but I was literally about to quit. And if I quit at that time, I wouldn't be where I am today, really. Thankfully, I didn't quit. And it was a tough moment back then.
Well, it's a very good thing that you persevered and continued. Reminds me of a picture I saw yesterday. And it was a picture that basically depicted, I think it said like 5 feet away from gold or diamonds, where he had one guy digging down and he's just about ready to hit the gold, but he walks away. And there's another guy who finds his hole, jumps down and continues digging, and he finds the diamonds.
Yeah. I've seen that image before.
Yes, it's a very, I guess you could say, humbling experience, because you realize that if you give up, you might never know how close you could have been.
Exactly. And it's talking about this is that, I've coached hundreds of students over the past 3 years, and I noticed this trend where it's not really a trend, but I like to analyze the students and people and all. I realize that some of them they give up too soon, right? Just like the picture you just described.
Right.
Like they did try, but then they give up too soon and they miss the goal, the pot of gold, right? But some, they continue to persevere and keep going on, and they achieve their goal.
Exactly. And speaking of keeping going on, you've been a very massively successful person living the limitless life with all of these things going on. Do you have anything that you're working on right now?
Hope you enjoyed the masterclass session so far. Before we get into the second half of the session itself, it is very crucial for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I really don't want you to miss out on another masterclass where I'm going to share with you what other experts, celebrities, Fortune 5000 companies do to become successful and live a limitless life. So make sure you subscribe right now, and every single time we upload a new video, you will receive a notification bell. This allows you to enjoy the masterclass on the regular basis. So make sure you subscribe right now. Well, as you are ready, let's get into the second half of the masterclass session.
So for the past 4 years, it has been 4 years now. So we have been fully focused on e-commerce business, in specific with Shopify, all right, and Facebook ads. So we do drop shipping with AliExpress and as well as with Etsy right now, and also custom-made products. And so right now, really, I'm focusing on e-commerce as well as coaching my students, right? And so probably if you want to check it out, you can go to the etsyprofitssystem.com/limitless, right? So I'm going to spell it out. Etsy will be ETSY, right? Profits will be PROFITS, and then system, SYSTEM.com, and then /limitless, LIMITLESS. So now this is a free gift that I want to give to your audience, because Henry Gold is this very, very good friend of mine. I'll share more about Henry Gold in a while, but the free gift that I'll give you guys is a case study of how we found very unique Etsy products, physical products in an Etsy platform, and how we market it, how we sell it to generate. I think the example case study was about $50,000 to $60,000 for one product. And normally people will pay to get access to this case study, but because this interview is for Henry Gold, for you, Donovan, so it's free for all the viewers here. I hope you like it.
Well, on behalf of the Limitless Nation, thank you very much. I highly recommend anyone and everyone, both listening and watching, to check it out. Thank you. Now, with you giving so much service and so much help to everyone and impacting everyone's life, has your life been impacted by, shall we say, mentors or other people who've given you bits of advice that you could share with the Limitless Nation?
So many. Because here's how I mean, throughout the 7 years, right, I kind of I tweaked my own mindset, really, that because I started off as a one-man show, like one person trying to self-learn, and I'm a very hardworking person. So 16, 18 almost a day as a single man back then, I was like, I was just hustling and just doing, right? But I realized that, self-learn I can just go so far, and it took me a long time. And so I kind of took my own mindset that if I want to reach my goal as fast as possible with as minimal mistakes as possible, the answer to that secret, so to say, is to get a mentor. So I realized this since day one. But of course, getting a really good mentor costs a lot of money, right? You want the world's best or expert. It's not going to be like $197 or that kind of stuff. It'd be $1,000. So back then, my first mentor cost me about over $1,000. And I remember I only have a portion of the money. The other portion, my mom helped me. So thank you, Mom. But there's one thing that I really want to share with the Limitless Nation is that back in 2015, right, I launched my first ever digital course in Warrior Plus platform, right? And then I was like a fresh new vendor or person in that platform, right? No one knew me back then, and I didn't know anyone at all, no connections, right? So I went to the list of the top JV partners or the top vendors, and I messaged every one of them through Facebook Messenger in hopes that someone will reply to me and will support my launch, because JV partners are very important, right? So, and surprisingly, there's this one man who responded really quickly and is very nice. He was very helpful, and his name was Henry Gold. And he replied to me, and he was like, and he supported my launch, and he did pretty well as the first launch, right? And then second launch, guess what? I partnered with Henry Gold, and we did a launch together. Email Cash Machines 2.0, and we sold a few hundred copies within a week. It was not a bad launch. So at that time, I was still doing affiliate marketing and just product launch, product creation, right? And then after our launch with Henry Gold, I remember this, right? I had a call with Henry Gold. I had a call, and Henry was like, "Okay, Gerald, so what is your next goal, really? What is your bigger goal right now?" Right? I was like, "Okay, I want to do consistently $10,000 a month, consistently." And he was like, "Okay, this is what you need to do." He was like, "You just need to." So that was the first time that I heard of this idea, this term. He was like, "Now you have a leads, right? And you have a list of fans or whatever in your autoresponder. You only need to close about 3 sales of high ticket coaching program, right? So you charge each person about $3,000. So three will be about $9,000, about that. So that is like that's the method that he shared with me. He was like, just do some webinars or interviews, whatever, right? Strategy calls, and then close, 3 or 4 sales a month, and that's how you hit your $10,000 a month. Easy peasy. I was like, it was a big shift in my mind because I've always, sell $7 products, 47, maybe a few $100s. I've never wanting to coach someone, number one. I've never wanting to, charge people, like, who will pay me $3,000, right? I was like, that was the first question that came to mind. Long story short, I followed Henry's advice, and remember a few months later, I got my first student. He paid me $2,000, and that was the moment. Was like, wow, never gotten such a huge paycheck, like just by closing one client. $2,000 is easily, if you compare my previous job, there was how much? I think there was easily three times of my monthly income with just one student. And then I engaged another mentor to teach me about closing high ticket programs, high ticket deals. And then the next month I closed another 3,000. And then September, so as I had a launch with Henry in June. That was in June, right? So September, a few months later on, I did $50,000 a month. This is just for high ticket coaching. It's not counting, haven't counted affiliate marketing and all the other stuff. So just high ticket, I did 50K. And November was the biggest month ever, right? Long story short, within 9 days, I closed $105,000. Right? I did 6 figures within 9 days.
Wow.
Right?
So you really ramped up, went from here to here simply because you found the right mentor that could pull you up.
Yes, exactly. And of course, it's all, I give full credit to Henry Gold. Like, he was the person that literally, Gerald, go and do this. And he didn't give me like very specific, but he gave me the idea, like, Gerald, just do this, just listen to what I say, just do this. Like, okay, I trust you, right? So I figured out my way and all, and eventually I found a mentor to help me along the way. And literally went from, just doing okay, not too bad, to, just went up, And then when I did 100 over 1,000 in 9 days, that was like, my whole mindset literally shifted. Like, I never believed that I could earn that much in 9 days. I did it in 9 days, in the last 9 days of November. And the funny thing was, so early November to 18th of November, I was in the United States, Texas, for the high ticket mastermind. So I went there for a 3-day mastermind with my wife, and I came back, I was still at zero for the month because I was traveling and all. I didn't do any strategy calls. I didn't interview anyone. I came back, I implemented what I learned in a mastermind. I interview, I think it was like a good 5 to 10 people, and out of 5 to 10 people, I closed a few sales and a big amount of sales, of course. That's how I did the $105,000 in 9 days. Ever since then, it's really come back to my motto. If you really think that you can do something, you can, right? If someone else has done this in this world, and you can too. It's just a matter of how to do it, right? And improving your knowledge, your skill. So yeah, I think if you ask me what was the turning point in my life, I would say that was the moment with Henry Gold, that one piece of advice. If I didn't take his advice, I won't be sitting here talking to you, really, honestly speaking. I took his advice, and here's the thing, talking about that. Now that I also know, I don't want to boast, but I'm pretty okay with high ticket. I've closed, a couple of $100,000 right now. And I have also helped few of my students to do high ticket coaching, to charge people, $3,000 to $5,000 per person for coaching. One of my new students, he did about, let's see how much. He's a beginner, right? So within 2 months, he did about $20,000 over in sales for high ticket. And these are not net profit. These are not net profit.
Now, I'm sure some things like this takes skills and practice and routines. For yourself, do you have any habits that you've instilled into your life on a daily basis that have helped you with living this limitless life?
Definitely, yes. I practiced this since when I was struggling back then, 2012, right? And so, in fact, it's one of this collection of this book, like The Secret, The Power, The Magic, The Hero, right? This is a whole collection. Really, this whole collection of books, Rhonda Byrne, taught me about being grateful in life. No matter how tough life is, there's always something to be grateful about. Like, I have a roof to live under. Back then, when I was still struggling, like, I remember I'll write down the things that I'm grateful for, so I have two kind of like a list. One is things I'm grateful for. One is my wish list, right? I'm just going to go through it quickly. So the things I'm grateful for, like, I have a happy family, people are healthy and all the stuff, right? Because we take things for granted when we are just chasing after the money, right. And we're blinded. So I have one is the grateful list, and the other is the wish list. And I think wish list is very powerful, right? So what we do in the wish list is basically, we write about our goals and our dreams, right? Oh, hold on. Let me see. I think it's still here. This this is a short note. In fact, I wrote this, I think 7 years ago. Somehow the paper is still in my pencil box. So thank you for all the money I've given throughout my life. It's just, imagine writing this when you're broke, like, but you imagine that you already received the money and you're blessed and you're grateful. The other list it's a long list, but basically I wrote 10 things that I want to achieve in my life. So number one can be, I remember I wrote like, I want to achieve $10,000 a month by December 2012 and all this stuff. So I set a deadline as well so that it pushes me, to achieving the goal. Because if you don't set a deadline, you're like, oh, it's okay. I didn't achieve now. I'll do next year. And next year you tend to procrastinate. So this is the practice that I've been doing, like, being grateful, being, just feeling blessed and feel fulfilled, because we are all very busy people, right? Every day you got to do podcasts, you got to do interviews and so many things going on, right? I have 2 kids and just running around, they're sick and all. And I think it's good to have like, 5-10 minutes of personal time at least at the beginning of the day where you just clear your mind and just, I call it as kind of fine tuning your mind so that you start the day on the right foot, because there's just so many things going on, and just writing out goals, right? So I have 3, normally I don't call it goals, but kind of like 3 things that I must do today, right? So objectives, right? So I write down like, okay, these are 3 very, very important things, whether it's tasks or whatever it is, projects or anything that I have to complete as soon as possible today. First thing, so write it down, and then when I'm on my laptop, desktop, then I'll do them. When I'm done, I'll cross them out. So kind of like a reminder, as well as it's okay if I don't do other things, but this 3 I have to do it, right?
Right. It's the most important thing of the day.
Yeah. So that, because as a dad of 2 children, right, like it or not, I have sleepless nights, lack of sleep. It does affect the memory and performance. Let me be honest, right? Because you're tired and all this stuff. Like, I'm still coughing, so apologize for the cough and all.
You don't have to apologize, because this is all gonna the coughing and the ums and everything, that's gonna be edited out.
So basically, what I do is basically, just kind of like have a personal time, fine tuning mind. Like, there are a lot of negativity in the terms of like, oh, this is so tough and I'm so tired and all, but you gotta put that one side. Decided that I'm going to start this day. All right. Today's Wednesday here in Malaysia, right, in the morning. And I'm going to make this day the best day of my life, right? Every day it's a great.
That's amazing. I like that. Make today the best day of your life, because today is really all you have. Let's take a step back, and if you had to start over again and had the opportunity to, if you had to start over again, perhaps in the most difficult spot of your life or a difficult time, is there anything that you would have changed to get to the limitless life that you currently live now faster?
I would say I would start e-commerce much earlier, honestly speaking, right? We started in 2015, and at that time I was doing affiliate marketing, email marketing, and creating digital products and launching it in Warrior Plus, JV Zoo, and all. We're doing about 6 figures a year. And then when we so-called, not really discovered, but when we really tried to do e-commerce with Shopify, Facebook ads, and in 2015, like within the first month we did $15,000, first 30 days. And in fact, my wife was the main person. Like, she has zero knowledge, no technical background, zero knowledge, like nothing. She don't know what is the domain name. She don't know nothing. But imagine she doing $15,000 a month in sales in the first 30 days. That literally blew my mind away. Like, I was coaching my students to create digital products, try to launch and get JV partners and all this stuff. And then my wife, like a beginner, like, palm, 15K a month. I was like, holy crap, this is crazy. Remember, it took me 6 months to earn my first $4.95 doing affiliate marketing back then. So much struggle, so much stress. And I wish if I could turn back time, I would start e-commerce like way right at the beginning, because I mean, the honest thing is, way back then doing e-commerce, Facebook ads is like so much easier. Any random product, like, I just slap it, on Facebook ads, you can get sales very easily. Today, it's not as easy as, 2015, 2012 was, because more and more people are doing e-commerce now, but it's still, I mean, this is my opinion, right? Because I've done affiliate marketing, I've done all this other stuff, up to it, although MLM, with Empower Network and all this other stuff. So, and this is based on our experience that I still honestly think that e-commerce is one of the easiest online business model to get started and to get results. And here's the crazy thing, when I coach my students e-commerce, right? And so week 1 is about setting up websites and all the stuff, right? Very basics. Week 2 is product research and then launching your Facebook ads, right?
Okay.
And guess what? I have so many students who got their first sale as beginners within 24 hours of launching their ads. And the fastest record is first sale within 3 hours of launching their Facebook ads. Now think about this. I was just thinking about this, like, what? I can't believe it, because it took me 6 months of like, oh man, the pain was, I can't describe it. It was so tough back then. Right now, because of technology, because of all this, the strategies and all this stuff, like that's how fast you can get sales, like, you know, within 3 hours, within 24 hours. And I'm not just one student. I have many students who get results. Like when they get sales, they share to me in the Facebook Messenger, you know, they're like, oh, I got my first sale. What do I do next? Like they don't know what to do next. And so yeah, I was like, okay, next you need to, you know, because we're doing dropshipping, you need to go AliExpress, you know, go and order the product, ship to the, so it's like, you can make money online even though you don't know the full strategy yet, you know, you could go step by step, you know, but that's just crazy. I wish I would have started e-commerce way back then and make some extra 6-7 figures.
Wow, this has been absolutely amazing. Tell me, how can the Limitless Nation get in contact with you, get in touch with you, find out what's going on and what your new adventures are?
You can check out I have a new Facebook fan page, facebook.com/Gerald Soh 2, so GeraldSoh. Number 2, you can go to my personal website. It's www.geraldsoh.com/home, just to be safe on that. So geraldsoh.com/home. So that's the main page. That's my personal website. Yep, there you go. These are the 2 places.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time, Gerald.
Yeah, you're most welcome. I think, you know, it's a really blessing. And for those of you listening, you know, I just want to say that Henry Gold, it's a great guy. Same goes to Donovan. Henry has really helped me a lot. Although, you know, we kind of like just, you know, once in a while we're like, hey, what's up and all, but he impacted me in a huge way that he doesn't know. I never tell him all this stuff, right? But he really helped me a lot throughout this journey. And for those of you listening in, follow Henry Gold closely. He has an amazing life, and he's such an inspirational person. Yeah. So again, thank you so much for having me. I hope, you know, you enjoy the free gift, and I hope you have a great day.
Absolutely. I completely agree with everything that Gerald just said. Henry is an amazing individual. I know every single time that I'm around him, I always learn something new. Very, very humble guy, an amazing individual. Now, as far as your story, Gerald, you have been an inspiration to me, and I'm sure the Limitless Nation family.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Remember, dream, believe, and achieve.
Absolutely. Dream, believe, achieve. Until next time, this is Donovan saying, stay limitless.
All right.
Well, that's a wrap. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the word subscribe. And if you want to go deeper on learning on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donovan on what you need to do to hunt your future on every aspect of your being. This allows you to live a limitless life on every aspect of your life, starting from today's forward. Plus, you are going to receive tips and tricks on what you need to do to tackle your day, tackle your challenges on every situation, every single time. So go ahead and download it right now. And until then, stay limitless forever.